Everybody, this is episode 138 of the Carry the Culture Show. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, like Jamal with a T. You guys know my guest, whether you know him or not. DJs and producers probably know him from being the first to sample the Skull Snaps It's a New Day, which has been flipped on damn near everything. Brother's a fixture in Connecticut hip-hop history, New York City area, producing, DJing, MCing, graffiti. Yo, and what I want to say is you've done it with class, man. And I don't know anybody with a negative thing to say about you. I bumped into a lot of people over the years that have known you, met you. So this brother here, like he's done it with class. So welcome again to the show, our man Dooley-O.
What's up? What's up?
203.
That's right. Represent.
Yeah.
Represent.
I get hyped when I have Connecticut cats on, man, because it's nobody gives us love for anything. So we gotta kind of do it. I still love
facts. Facts. They don't believe the story. They don't believe what's real. You know, about Connecticut. I mean, like we was there when it first started. Like everything, you can't say we weren't there because we're right an hour and a half away. We might got it 5 minutes late, but we was there when everything started. I know I was. So.
And that's why I wanted to. That's definitely what I want to get into. So we're going to get into some history, and then I want to just get your take on a few topics that have just been bubbling. But that's what I want to talk about, man. At first, CT is the ugly stepchild of the tri-state. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. It's like, you know, we're all rich. Everyone thinks we're rich. I mean, that's all I've ever heard. Oh, you're rich. You're rich. Like, yo, son, it ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I want you to get into this, like. Yeah, man, we were there, and we're a big part of this hip hop stuff, and it's like you said, we may have gotten it a tiny bit later, but once I was old enough to hit that Metro North, son, it was a wrap. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
just talk a little bit about that, man. I mean, just memorable things, even in New Haven, Connecticut, because one of the things that makes us so interesting is that CT is so small, and you can get from anywhere to anywhere within under an hour and 20 minutes, and so it makes it almost unifies the state, if you will, and a lot, because like, oh, I got people up here, like, you know, it's like it's not that
right.
far. So,
right.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to do is give recognition to the pioneers that I've seen personally do their thing, and I've seen in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm gonna start there before I get back to how I even saw hip hop. But I want to give a big shout out to number one, Reggie Reg, who was a promoter and a rapper at the same time. DJ Mario, okay. There was a guy that was on WNAC that lived across the street from me, was DJ Jazzy, which was an AM station at the time, playing rap music. Mr. Magic, who was the first guy to come out of CT on a rap label. You know, not the Mr. Magic from BLS, but the Mr. Magic, the rapper from here. And they wouldn't play his record because he was Mr. Magic from Connecticut. Because he tells the story that he went to BLS and said, yo, my name is Mr. Magic, the rapper. I know you Mr. Magic, the host, you know, play my record. It was like, nah, I'm not playing that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of politics, a lot of New York politics back then. For those that know that New York politics, it was hard to get in if you was from out of town. So you figure like dudes like Schoolie D, like he from Philly, right? But Schoolie D pressed his own record. You see what I'm saying? He put himself on. So, but you know, over here, like in Connecticut, we all was trying to get a record deal because we didn't see that small. I ain't gonna say that was a small picture, but it was a big step for Schoolie D. But for us, it was like an impossible dream to kind of even press up the record. And even though I used to go to the studio in Wallingford to record, and they had a sign right up there saying you could press 350 records for this much amount of money. You could press your own cassettes for this much amount of money. But see, me not having the knowledge, I was, you know, I kept looking at it till I go in there and was just like, yo, I got that money on me right now, because I used to get money from the local hustlers, you know, my crew around Liberty Street and, you know, in the Hill. They had the bread. They saw what we was doing. They put their money into it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's one of those things that, we all could have benefited if somebody knew the right moves. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really, it's that the OGs never handed down some theories on how we can get on. So we was basically on our own until, Steezo got into the mix. But we can talk about that as well. And I'm gonna say, like, when I first got introduced to the hip hop culture, I have family, like I always tell the story, I have family on 113th and 5th Avenue. And we should go to New York all the time, as when I was a little kid in the project. But one day I walked out, I was walking through the park and saw this dude rapping with turntables. This is way like 2 or 3 years before Sugar Hill record came out and exploded the world, hip hop to the world, or part of it. So by me watching that, I tried to go home and do exactly what that dude do. I only said, like, check 2, y'all. Yes, y'all. That's how I started, like, getting into it, because it was, like, handed down to me spiritually from whoever that person was. I wish I knew who he was. And then when my brother was, he's 5 years older than me. So he was able, like, say, if I'm 10, he 15. So he was able to catch the real rawness of everything, go to New York, come back with tapes, you know what I'm saying? So we used to listen to, like, tapes, like, from this dude named Charlie Rock. And then we got put on to, when records started coming out, we had a record shop in the Hill called Phase Records. And Phase had he had everything, you know what I mean? So pretty much, like, he going in there, you guys heard this rap record? And it was like Super Rhymes, and I remember buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bought Super Rhymes, a Sugar Hill record. And, as a young kid, just growing up, embracing hot tracks, watching hot tracks on TV, trying to catch that show. But Night Flight was the one that introduced me to Wild Style. Remember Night Flight? And Night Flight has a page. I'm gonna give a shout out to Night Flight, because that shit kind of molded me into something else. Night Flight TV show was a show that showed nothing but independent underground shows. And they have an Instagram right now, Night Flight. If you check it out, you'll see all this wild stuff they just show. So part of that was like a big deal for me. Like, watching the TV shows, looking at all these, like, breakdancing videos, trying to figure out how to do the breakdancing. But in the background, there was something else. I used to see, like, the graffiti letters, the writing on the trains, and in the background, I used to watch, like, even in the Cool It Now video, I used to pause that video to try to get the graffiti from the background, to try to copy it. You know what I'm saying? Try to bite it, pretty much to learn.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And even one of the girls from the Cool It Now video was from New Haven. You know what I'm saying? The light-skinned one at the end.
Oh, what?
She from New Haven, yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think her name was Anne. Yeah, it's Anne Marie. Anne Marie. Yep. That was her name, Anne Marie. And, like, so you going through all these things, like, as a youngin' coming up and seeing hip hop at its rawest, I couldn't do nothing else but in my life to keep it that way. I could never see, like, when it starts getting commercial, when you got your commercial rap, and you're rapping about mostly some artists is doing, like, LL queued it up for everybody to do that, do the girl rapping and stuff like that. I wasn't really into it. I was still into my Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, tapes. Like, my boy Birdie, his older brother, we used to hung with my brother, he introduced us to reggae back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what reggae was, but we got into reggae just a tiny bit, and then from reggae to hip hop, to whatever it is now. But I mean, like, to say, like, hip hop in Connecticut was, like, everybody was doing it. And, and shout out to Steezo, because he was one of the pioneers who was, at this time, he wasn't really rapping. He was a break dancer. And he was nice, like, nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one could really touch him. You know what I mean? So he was nice with the break dancing. When it came to style and fashion, like, he had a high-low that was taller than, he said, I'm gonna grow the tallest high-low. You know what I'm saying? His high-low joint was up the head. That's how tall he had it. You know what I'm saying? His fashion stuff, he used to make his own clothes. You know what I'm saying? He took he vamped a leather goose from somebody at the school. It was all dark blue. He dyed the white stripes all in the back and everything. You know what I'm saying? But he was just so innovative taking stuff to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
doing
hip.
all types of wild
That's
stuff.
what we
you know?
did though. Like, right? That's the ill shit. Like taking sneakers, tennis brands, and shit, and making it like work clothes, Carhartt, whatever it was by the end. You know what I mean? And just making it our shit. And that's dope. I didn't know that about him as far as doing that shit.
Yeah, he used to take like Louis Vuitton bags, sew them on the side, you know, glue the patches on the side of the sneakers. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, how everybody doing stuff now, he was already doing that in 88, 86. You know, flipping stuff, taking square Carhartt patches, putting them on bucket hats, sewing them on bucket hats, and just be like, yo, where'd you get that? You know, Elyse's logo. You know, you ain't never seen an Elyse's hat. He would, at that time, you know, he would do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we had other like graffiti masters like M2, which was originally from New York, from the Bronx, that moved down here, and he schooled us on like, you know, like wallabies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like he, you know, he died at an early age, and but he was like one of the masters that schooled me on how to do my characters. You know, he schooled my boy Craig, rest in peace, Craig. I mean, like the whole clique. Like he was one of the dudes that came from New York and came down in New Haven and just started schooling everybody on stuff. And then a lot of people picked off his style and started, you know, coming to that whole fashion style. And then you had so at this time, right? So all this is going on. So you got, like I said, you got Reggie Reg, you got DJ Mario, you got Superior Zam, you got DJ Jazzy, you got White Flash and the Skinny Boy, 3 the Hard Way from Bridgeport. You got man, I know I'm missing out on the Imperial 3 MCs with Scott X. I mean, you got like I said, DJ Joey D, who was, I saw him in I saw DJ Joey D when I first saw the Lindrum. DJ Joey D pulled it out at Cedar Park in New Haven, right around the corner from where I lived at. And he I remember him having the green shades, the green crazy space shades everybody used to wear. And he pulled out this box and he just played the drum beats like boom, 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 boom. Everybody just lost it, man. Like them going to see block jams in the park is something that's just like not even thought about now to do. You know what I mean? They do it, but they do it like in the festival. Dudes used to just come out. No word of mouth was like you hear it from the street corners. You like, yo, somebody having a block jam over there, and then everybody came out. It wasn't like, yo, we having a block jam. It could have been a flyer too, maybe, but it wasn't like now, you know. I mean, everything's planned. You know what I mean? People just go up, just pop up, boom, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So in New Haven, you know, and we were so close, and I lived like across the street from the train station, so I had access to the train. I mean, like I remember going to New York at 15 by myself. I wouldn't let none of my kids do that shit right now.
Yeah. That's not.
You know what I mean? It sounds crazy. If you got kids, you know, they ain't let you go to New York just to go hang out. Hell no.
Nah,
you can't even function around the corner.
Nah. Yeah. Nah, they don't do that now. I mean, and I didn't start going until I snuck out when I was 17. Then mom dudes caught me, and then I was a rap for a minute. And then
yeah, man.
But yeah, like it's a different. I mean, but we had. I mean, the influence is obviously natural. We're our way. You know what I'm saying? But like even up in Hartford, it was like, yo, we had to get there. I mean, we knew what was going on. Like I want to be part of that.
Right. Right. Yeah, you had to be a part of it. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I wanted to get into the graph. We didn't talk about that last time, and I just I wanted to get into that because you're a big fixture as far as Connecticut graph scene and shit goes, man, and stuff. And so when did you start taking it seriously? You told me before when you started writing, but like when did you start taking it seriously? Soul Brothers and everything. When did that all start coming about for you?
All right, so
were you out hitting the freights and all that, right? You were hitting the freights.
I mean, freights came later. You know what I'm saying? Freights came later. When freights came later, I was hitting the Metro North a little bit here and there, a couple little pieces here and there. Couple cop cars here and there. You know what I mean? The old school shit. Like, you know what I mean? When I was young, I had a graffiti drenched brain. So what happened to me was, like I said, I was watching, the movies, the graffiti in the background, seeing the trains go by, going, oh man, this is incredible. So when I really got serious is when when I saw Wild Style. Wild Style, the movie, had played a big part in my life. Like, I mean, like, I have a poster upstairs in my living room that's still waiting to be hanged. It's framed professionally and everything. That movie, man, just showed us the true elements of hip hop. Now, I think a lot of motherfuckers need to go back and watch that shit for like about 10 fucking times to analyze what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but you know, I know you do your thing, whatever.
You ain't gotta say less, man. I know
you don't give a
get loose. We get loose on here, so I mean, that's why we're on another page, fam.
So I mean, like you know, Wild Style did his thing for me, man. Like I kept hearing stories about it. My brother and his crew talking, yo, we saw Wild Style in Times Square, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, Times Square, Wild Style.
Damn.
Yo, you can look it up online. It was a feature showing. Cats caught it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I used to keep hearing about it, and then you know, I saw clips of it on Night Flight. Then my man finally got the tape. The VHS tape, and we watched it, man, and I was just blown away. I was trying to pause all the trains, pausing the graffiti, how he do it, what's he doing, what kind of can was that, and then Style Wars came out. No, let me stop. Before Wild Style, no, after watching Wild Style, I had a mentor named Rick who was an older cat, and he said, "Yo, there's this book down at the bookstore in Chapel Mall. It was called Subway Art. It was upstairs.
Got it.
On the second floor. So I went in there. I'm looking around. I'm just looking in the S. I see it, Subway Art. Straight up vamped it. I was not leaving that store. I ain't had $20.
That's a big book. Damn.
I vamped it.
That's a big book, yo.
I vamped it because I just grabbed it, threw it in this. It was out. You know what I'm saying? And then along came with that, you know, my mentor, Slim, Rick Vinaki from the Jungle. He was like, and he was in newspapers and everything for doing graffiti and stuff like that. He was really big. He was just like, yo, you got the book? I was like, yup. And then we, you know what I'm saying, started analyzing what dudes was doing. The book basically was the Bible of graffiti.
Yes.
Told you the rules. It told you what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of cats don't go over like pieces, because it's in the book. Tags and throwies are not over pieces.
Yep. Yeah, you got it. You know
what I'm saying? Unless, you know what I'm saying? If there's a beef going on, then you on your own. But that wasn't like the natural thing. You don't touch. That's why a lot of people don't touch murals. But you see some new cats, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the new generation of writers, they different. You know what I'm saying? Way different now, you know. But they you know, they have rules, what kind of caps to use, what kind of paint to use, what kind of markers to use. You always wonder how to get that fat fucking spray. They should take the caps off the glass cleaners.
Yeah, or the
caps. Okay, now we know that. What about the wide ass markers? What is that? Oh, it's this marker called Uni-Wide. Oh, all right. Schooled us. Me and my boy Chris Lowe, we lost it. We lost it. You know what I'm saying? Doing wild stuff, man. I knew I had a problem when I broke into a hardware store. Me and 4 other dudes broke into a hardware store. Took like walking down the street with bags of paint like this, garbage bag, hefty joints. Until Craig tried to run the rest in peace, Craig. He tried to run to the register. His crazy ass. He set the alarm off.
Shit.
He set the.
He broke up.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. He set the alarm off and freaked out, man. And then we came back that same night.
What?
Yeah. We came back the same night because where we got in, you couldn't see it because it had I think a rolls of linoleum or something. Was it like big giant rolls of linoleum?
Right.
Crazy, man. Yeah, I used to do some wild stuff, man. Like just for graffiti, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like almost getting hit by trains, or you know, because for those that don't know, when you on a train track, the train don't tell you what's coming. All you start hearing is that, and you be like, oh shit! You turn around, that motherfucker's right on your ass, and you better move out the way fast because it will cut you in half. especially late night doing on the highway passages and stuff like that.
It's a very dangerous thing. I wrote for a while too, so I mean, it's just, yeah, man. You're an adventurer. It's an extreme sport. You're an assassin. You're a ninja. You're a robber. You're everything. Vigilante.
Everything. And if you come from that era and you come from the hood, even especially, you wasn't really trying to be friends with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's kind of, it was.
Dooley. Yo. The fuck. Yo.
Yeah, I'm here. My bad. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
Good.
No,
we back now.
We back.
Yeah, just saying, it was just you everything, man. It's a wild. You said if you come from that, that's what you were saying before you got off. If you come from that era.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what it was about. It told you in the book, you don't buy the cans. It told you.
Yeah, you don't.
No one buys cans. How do you get your paint? You figure it out.
Yeah. You don't.
I vamped a couple of spots. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say I was good at it, but I knew I only had like a minute to grab 20 cans. You went from one joint to the other, and they all had them pretty stocked. And then
This was before they started locking them up too. I mean, this is back in the day,
they used to be like wide open. You could just like.
Thank you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put them on slowly, real slow. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, it was an adventure.
Yeah.
To be a graffiti head, man. I mean, it still is an adventure.
That's the best way to put it, man. I mean, there's so many near-death experiences, and just you learn beef, and it's a wild scene, man. Like, run up on writers that you might not be fucking with, and just whatever. Like, it's just and I always say, my man always talk about, we put an asterisk next to graffiti because it's the only element that's illegal. And you know what I'm saying? And that does make a difference. Let me ask you a question. As a seasoned writer, been a part of this for a long time. I've had NM on, I've had some Trickster on, I have some really dope writers on the show. Would you say that or should I agree or disagree with this statement? If you can be super, super nice, hand style, tag pieces, all sorts of crazy colors, wild style and everything, but if you haven't gotten up the way you're supposed to get up in terms of vandalism, like,
Ism.
are
you official?
Are you official? Like, if you haven't, I'm not saying you got to still do it. Everybody transitions to graphic design and sign making and all that shit. But I'm saying, like if you don't have that in somewhere in your history at all, like,
then you're not considered a writer. You're an artist.
You're an artist,
basically.
And you just happen to be able to know how to.
You just happen to know how to use it as a
style. It's another style of art for you then. Yeah.
It's part, like, a graph can make a regular artist a super artist. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a regular artist and you know how to do graph, then you become a super artist.
Yeah.
Because graph is something that you got to learn. I mean, just like any other art form, but it gives you that edge, that flavor. You know what I mean? So if you say you painted a landscape and it was all about trees and little house on the prairie in the corner, right? But you tag that little house on the prairie with something. Now you just spice up the whole peninsula of now you done made it funky instead of you making it look like something that what's the dude with the afro? Bob Ross, legendary Bob Ross. You know how he used to paint. Imagine he had graffiti on top of what he was doing.
Right.
That would have been crazy.
That's a good point.
Bob Ross would have known how to do graffiti and do that thing where he did. Like, it's just nuts. So, but like I said, when you start dealing with when you start dealing into graph and seeing how graph writers work and seeing how they spray, you get the spray can technique. You know what I'm saying?
Little dot here, little dot there. Word.
Exactly. That's my boy Tank right there. That's my boy Tank. That's my partner in crime with one of the TSB brothers.
Oh, word. Salute.
You know, he in there with us.
Oh, word. I looked him up. Yo, I was looking him up to follow him when I was building for this interview. I looked up the other page. It was like, so it's TENK too, right? Tank too? Yeah. So I my follow better look twice. The whole
Yeah. That's my man. Like
word.
What just prime example, he seen me, Egon from
I'm
out against Stone Store Records. Me, Egon, and my boy Rem do a piece. He was a little dude, and he used to watch us paint the wall on Stephen and Davenport.
Okay.
And then when he got older, he was practicing. He got older, he was like, "Yo, I want to get down with y'all." You know what I'm saying? I've been watching y'all for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we nurtured him without even teaching him. And now look at him. He runs the whole, like, the TSB. You know what I'm saying? I'm still there, but you know, he curate the walls for you know, people to come through for Connecticut. So, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's part of what everybody in the hip hop was supposed to do. Was supposed to nurture the next person, either handle them with style, or they turn around and be like, "Yo, you was that dude." Boom, 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 boom. That showed me how to die. I watched.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to my boy Tank for doing
he nice though. That fucking shit crazy with it. Sick with it.
Yeah.
Yo, how did the this is very important, man. The Graffiti TV stuff, like, that was huge because we was getting them tapes, yo. Graffiti TV, you know, and so them shit for us was everything, son. Because also, especially because we, you know, at the time we was up. What's that? Oh. So the thing is, you had the advantage being as far as the New York shit, because New Haven's a little closer. So us being in Hartford at the time, I being a teenager, we was getting the Graffiti TV tapes up there, and was like vibing off them shit, son. So how did that start? Like, talk us like this. What was the whole mindset, everything? Because that's a really important part of New York City, just tri-state history right there, yo.
It is. What happened is that it was these two dudes, Justice and Reese, and they had a show called Underground News.
Justice from where? They from New Haven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Justice from New Haven, and him and Reese, they had a show called Underground News. And on this show, they used to just go up to people and go, "Yo, this Underground News, what's your name?" "Yo, my name's so-and-so. You want to give a shout out?" "Yeah, give a shout out to so-and-so and so-and-so." That was it. That was the whole show, right? I was like, "Yo, there's much more to cover, man." And I wanted to get down with them. They was like, nah. Why don't you just do your own thing? We already got our thing going. I said, "Yo, you don't want to do this hip hop thing. How I do it? How you get the show on TV?" Because they was on the cable access channel. He said, "Man, all you gotta do is go down the station, take classes." I said, "That's it? And they give you the equipment and everything?" He was like, "Yep." I was like, "Oh, hell no. I'm gonna be on TV." So I went down to the station, signed up, took an 8-week course, and when I did my first show, I was doing some wild stuff like jumping out of dumpsters, going down the train tracks, stepping on dead dogs, all types of wild stuff. But I was filming. The graffiti scene was popping in New Haven, so I was filming everything going on. And then when it came to rap, we went to the first show, we went to Shorty Drip birthday party, and GBO was on the mic rapping. All the trade dudes was up there rapping and stuff like that. And we was from the Hill, so we had a pass because we was doing a TV show and stuff like that. So we was like in deep in when the Hill and the Ville was like, not Hill, the Ville, the Hill and the Trade. No, I'm sorry, the Ville and the Trade, when they had that constant beef over over 10 years. Like, it was heavy, like, and especially in the crack era, you know what I'm saying? So, but we was doing a TV show enlightening the whole hip hop scene about New Haven, and Justice from the Underground News, he helped me edit my first show. And once I learned how to edit, I was like, yo, it's on. So I started taking the camera everywhere we went. And then I even took a Connecticut the TV channel equipment to New York.
What?
I went to the Bronx to meet with Coke 2, and I went to meet with this dude Mitch. He had this magazine called Crazy Kings. And somehow I wrote him. I don't know how we even got in touch with people back in the day. It might have been just a phone call or something, but I called him up. It's like, meet me in the Bronx. I'm going to introduce you to Coke. I was like, bet. I brought the cameras. We was on the train track. We was painting, bombing, and stuff like that. Introduced me to Coke. He put my ad in his magazine. And after that first one blew up. Then I started. So when I started, before I even.
Real quick, when was your first show? Do you remember when you first started?
First show had to be 92, honestly. 92. I thought it was 90, but when I checked like almost the dates and stuff like that, I figured it had to be 92. Had to be around that time. And but no, I think that's the first tape, but the first show had to be 89, 90. That was because we had 10 TV shows. All right. 7 of those are gone. I don't know what happened to those shows. You know, those got tossed when the channel moved. I didn't pick them up time doing the dumb move. I didn't pick up the rest of my shows. But so anyway, before I made the show, there was a hip hop shop downtown called 10 Times Dope.
Yep.
A guy knew Vinny, Italian dude Vinny. Vinny had all that California, where say blunt shirts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All that crazy gear, that hip hop graffiti gear he had in the store in downtown on Crown Street. So I was like, yo, I hooked up with him. He showed me some stuff that was going on all over the world and stuff. And I was just like, yeah. And he was like, yo, why don't you take that TV show and make a tape? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I know you got it. I know you can just make one of them tapes and sell it. I'll help you sell it. So then I made a tape. I gave him 10. He sold out the 10 copies quick. I said, okay. So I made another 10. And then I started looking in the graffiti magazines. And in the graffiti magazines, other stores were advertised. We got the hip hop shop, you know what I'm saying? In the local graffiti magazines. So he'd be like, yo, so-and-so from Boston, Wheels of Steel from Minnesota, addresses and stuff like that. I would either send them a tape, or if they had a phone number, give them a call. Yo, it's Dooley. I got this thing called Graffiti TV. It's like, yeah, we saw that ad in the Crazy Kings magazine. Then I started hooking up with the advertisers, the magazines, the graffiti magazines that was coming out. I started hooking up with them. Like, yo, if you want to swap ads, we can swap ads, or I'll just pay you for an ad. They was like, nah, we can swap ads. So I was doing ads for them. They was doing ads for me. So every time a new magazine would come out, I had a Graffiti TV in every magazine, right? And my numbers was crazy. So now I'm getting numbers. Like I was selling entire records. That was one of my biggest buyers. Yeah, it was entire records with Graffiti TV. This dude named Doug called me. He was like, yo, I heard about this tape. Send me over 300 copies.
How was you doing that? I mean, the technology was way different back then. So like, how are you getting them doing the
That's a great question. I'm gonna tell you. You should do at the UPS, you should do COD. I don't know if you remember COD.
Cash on delivery, yes. You see, I mean, yes, of course.
People had to pay.
As you're saying this stuff, I'm just like, man, we're old. That's what's coming to my head.
Yo, COD. What up, KR Specialist? COD, cash on delivery. I had to fill out every form. So if a box only had like 3 tapes, I had to fill out. Oh yeah, it was just a box. COD, and I had to put what's in the box, write it down, and then I had to still put the price and stuff like that, just like how you would do now. But it's, the technology is faster. I had to write everything down. It's not a computer you type it in. Write everything down about packaging. So I learned how to package. Only a few times big packages would come out because they didn't have the money to pay for it. Like, yo, what happened? Like, yo, send it again, man. We'll charge you extra. We'll send you a money order. stuff like that, and they all would come back in money orders. I think it wasn't cash, of course. It would come back in some sort of money order. Like every time somebody would pay them, they would either come back with the check. It would just come back in the mail. It was crazy, man. And then when I started getting real good with the with this company out, I started going. I said, "Yo, let me get the jackets, man. Let me get the, you know." I would send them the artwork, and they would put it in cases. They put the digital tape right there. That was a big deal to have all that professionally done. The GTV right there. You know what I'm saying? So when I started getting into that, because I'm making some bread now. I'm going back and forth to the scrap yard in New York. They used to take like 500 off the top. Like, yo, give me 500 of these. Like, what? He said, give me 500. And then sometimes if they was low, there's like Mark from Piece of Him, scrap yard. He used to be like, look, I'll give you half of the 500 now. Or something, I'll give you 250 and you come back in a month and get the other 250. And always paid me on time. He's come back again, yo, Dooley, I ran out of tapes. He come back and get more tapes. And so now, you know, being at home, trying to dug them shits was never my thing. So I always was trying to go through what's the name? So I found this place out in Florida. They said, yo, you giving us so much business, man. You don't have to you don't have to pay us until you get paid. I said, word. I said, that's what I needed right there. I said, that's what I needed. If I mess the money up, that's what I needed. So I got with them, and that was going for a while until shit got sideways. You know what I'm saying? Finances, bills, whatever I went through at the present time, shit got sideways on GTV. But then I found another distributor to put out the freight issue. That was the Xylene, and Xylene distribution out of Canada. My man Greg, he put it out, and then I moved from New Haven saying, yo, GTV is bigger than where I'm at. So let's go to California, because California was always off the chain with graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went out to California, during this time, I'm gonna say, you know, my mom passed away before I left to go to California. So when my mom passed, I was just like, yo, there ain't really nothing here for me to do here in CT. This shit is getting old. It's getting dried up. I went to Cali. Plus, I was trying to get a rap deal too, record deal too. So I was still doing that too at the same time. I was still trying to do my rap, whatever. And so, you know, the whole Steezel thing was out, blah, blah, blah. It was gone. Now I'm in California trying to make moves. And I made a lot of moves out there, you know, in the early 90s, you know, hooking up with like Jurassic 5, Cut Chemist, and all those dudes out there at the time, you know, AC Alone, those cats out there, you know, Hip Hop Clan, you know, Volume 10. Like the whole story about me even living around the corner from the Good Life.
Oh, wow.
Was like, yo, I did a whole bunch of shows. And it used to crack me. I still think of this day when they was like, yo, we got this guy, Dooley-O from Connecticut. Everybody was like, boo. But when they heard that fucking jazz bass line I put on their ass, that shit said, do, 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 do. Them niggas was like, boom, boom, bah, bah, bah. So I started killing it. It was like, yo, who are you? You from Connecticut?
Yeah.
Who's the boss?
Oh.
That's what everybody vision. That was their vision.
Who's the boss? Fairfield County. That's all they think. But they think of they don't know about Bridgeport, though, or whatever. You know, they think of like
hell no.
Westport, Westport. Yeah. That's all right though, man. It's all right.
Yeah. You know, I took it as if I would have seen somebody from Spring Oak, California, trying to be hardcore. Even if that's the city I'm naming, I would have been like, Spring Oak, ain't never heard of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like, you know, when we heard about Little Rock. You know what I mean? Like Little Rock, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the shock from everybody's point of view. But you go Little Rock, you guys gonna get killed.
Yeah. right.
So you know, I mean, like. Non-stop with Graffiti TV. So what happened with GTV is that the internet came out, and I was like, it started showing videos, started showing like this is pre-YouTube. I don't even know if this might have been YouTube. Nah, I might have been pre-YouTube.
Or YouTube.
Right when internet came out, people had magazines and it was showing all this free stuff, and I was just like, wow, it's over. because I didn't really know what to do. You know what I mean? 12-ounce Prophet told me, he said, yo, just build a page, just build it. I was like, I don't know how to do all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's something that.
And definitely, you know how, I mean, there was no way really, at least that time, to monetize off of it, or no to have the know-how, because so you can make the page, but now you got to get the content for free. Like, how are you making paper? So it was such a
right, because for me, it was part of my lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of you know, making paper, doing what I love to do.
Right.
Just like that's why I chose to DJ, because once Serato came out, it was a no-brainer. I was like, you need to tell me I could play records. I ain't gotta bring vinyl nowhere no more. I can use just one laptop and play a whole bunch of records. Some I like, some I don't, whatever, and get busy and get paid.
Right.
It was a no-brainer for me. And that's why still to this day, that was probably one of the smartest moves I ever did was DJ. Honestly. It kept me going. Even like, you know, most of the music, you know, today sounds like shit, but I mean, like, you know, I'm not playing most of the music today anyway.
Right.
I'm playing what I love to do. I'm grown, you know what I'm saying? We grown now, so I mean, we playing classics, you know, or something that's similar to that'll give you that taste.
Yeah, nah. It's been a while for you. I can't believe we only got we're like 45 minutes in. So what I want to do is quick hot potato on a few things here, man, and just because I really want to get your thoughts on some things. I respect your opinion. So as far as the DJing goes, you know, a couple just real quick, like what's it like for you? Do you have to? I mean, I assume you play stuff that you don't like at times, based on, or is it just, or not?
It's a few moments, right? I'm not a big trap fan. I don't reach for trap when I'm DJing. It doesn't even come in my mind to play something slow. It doesn't come on my mind to play anything slow like a trap record. It doesn't. It just I will blank out. It would ruin my whole night, right? So I'm playing classic hip hop or something underground that's dope, or some funk, some soul, and like some new, like some house, some good house, classic house, reggae, Latin. I mess with my Latinos big time because they get on the floor and get busy.
Yeah, you know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? I miss my Latinos a lot. And you know, but I'm not reaching for stuff that just don't make people dance. If I don't see you moving, then I'm doing something wrong. I'm watching the room totally. When I first start, it's gonna take 3 to 4 songs. I got y'all on the dance floor. 3 or 4 songs that I put in order through my mind automatically puts people on the dance floor. I test people. Like, you know what I mean? Like and if I gotta do, just say I recently did co-op high school, my daughter's high school.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and you know that's all new music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just let y'all in on this. The thing about that is they're gonna let you know what they want. So you type it in, you give them what they want. They party the way they party. You know what I mean? That music that's out now is not for me and you. No. That's for them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And once that sinks in, for me, it's like, okay, I got to become them while I'm doing this party. So I'm not gonna hit them with the Aretha Franklin remix with "To Be Real" or something like that.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
But surprisingly, them kids know the music that we love because they've been listening to it. You know, they know Poison, of course. You know what I mean? Simple stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, but one thing about, real quick, that type of music, trap music, it's its own lane. It's not for me. It's not in my lane. I'm you know, it's whatever. But
yeah.
You know, for other people, it's their lane. My thing is when I see adults vibe into this shit, like this shit is dope. Dudes riding around in the car playing some corny ass shit. I'm talking about I be hearing some shit that's so fucking whack. I'm like, yo, man, dude hollered at me the other day, like, yo, Dooley-O, what up? I said, ain't nothing up. You playing that corny ass trap music? Turn that shit off when you talk to me. Turn that shit off. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Don't holler at me talking about what up. You playing some dumb shit. You know better than that. Oh, Dooley-O. Hip hop. Yeah, all right.
Mm-mm.
You know, co-signing as an adult, you co-signing something that's super whack. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, what? Hollering at me because you playing that whack shit, man. Come on.
Yeah,
not better than that. You better
if you're yeah, that's not even in our DNA, man. I don't even see it when I see older people like fucking with. I'm like, you can't really fuck with this, or here's what it means to me, or you never fuck with the real shit to begin with. It just means that you just went with whatever was popular, whatever was popping off you. That's where you were gonna go. Because some of those same people, they'll rock out at a '90s party, put on Shook Ones, put on Scenario, put on some other shit, and they don't know. So
they don't know. They get lost. And the thing is that really another thing that kind of like flips me out is when they forget. I'm like, wow, y'all forgot already? Y'all forgot already, huh? But, you know, it depends on what kind of crowd we dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. It's like, you know, you DJing at a local bar that, you know, you might get shot at. You're going to have to play the garbage.
Yeah.
You know?
I
was at a spot the other weekend, you know, just go get me something to eat, little wings. I heard they got some good wings. I just popped in there because sometimes I got to do my ghetto testing. I got to go around to a couple ghetto bars once a month to just peek my head and just to keep on my P's and Q's of what's going on. Yeah, I do that. That's just because I love, you know, I love where I come from.
Yo, that's
but
crazy.
Sometimes I need a taste of that. You know, sometimes you get all bougie and you get, you know, I'm better than everybody else because I got a house or I got cars, whatever, and all that shit. But sometimes you got to step back into the hood to know where you at as a person. And sometimes, and you know what? The hood give me mad creativity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I see somebody they might be talking in the corner saying something crazy like, yo, this is a swaggly way, whatever. Say something crazy like, yo, that was hot. That's a song right there. That's how I used to get my songs. I used to listen.
Right.
Wait for somebody, go in the barbershop, just sit there and go, oh, he crazy. He say, yo, who is this dude saying some wild stuff? Knowing that he's spreading talent. You know what I'm saying?
Word. All right. Jump around again. Hip hop at 50. Your thoughts? Good, bad.
Making rap records is 50.
Yeah, thank you. All right. That's yeah.
Not the full circle. Ain't do nothing for the graffiti heads. Ain't do nothing for the beatboxers. Ain't do nothing for the breakdancers.
B-boys, not all of it.
Yo, hold on. One thing I want to say this to everybody. Don't fall into that hype about the Puerto Ricans wasn't there. You got to be out your rabbit ass mind to come up with some dumb shit to say that the Puerto Ricans did not contribute to hip hop. You got to be out your rabbit ass mind. I would debate with anybody. I used to break dance with Puerto Rican dudes, DJ with Puerto Rican dudes, rap with Puerto Rican dudes, do graffiti with Puerto Rican dudes. Them niggas was nicer than a lot of us. I ain't gonna front. Breakdancing, they held it down. They cut the cake. It was nice at breakdancing. Yeah, we had to let you boogaloo because, you know, we funky. You know what I'm saying? But breaking, it was nice. Graffiti, they nice. So you don't ever let these dudes come out you can't discredit the Puerto Ricans. You can't discredit them. You can't discredit people like even the white dudes that helped produce most of some of this stuff in the early times. You can't discredit nobody. Hip hop, we all came up in the culture. We all came up. It was all fascinating to everybody, not just one jam. Maybe people didn't go to these jams because they probably were scared. You know what I'm saying? Blacks and whites, blacks and Puerto Ricans kind of mingled together a little bit. But blacks, whites, and every other culture did not mess with an all-black community. Some people don't understand the times that we was going through. We just came out. This shit ain't that long ago. We just came out of fucking, oh man, what were we talking about?
Segregation.
Right.
Yeah, schools were segregated, yo.
Schools were segregated.
It wasn't that long ago. But as far as we're looking at the like 80s and stuff when we were coming up, yeah, the segregation shit was not that long ago.
Like 60, 70 years from now. I mean, before. That ain't that long. So, of course, you know, there was some, I give it up to those who was courage enough to come see hip-hop. I got to give it up to some of the white boys that did that. Who was courage enough to fucking make beats.
Yeah. I mean,
you know.
No, I'm glad
even the Europeans, you know, was making Trans Europe Express. That's hip hop.
Yeah. No,
not even knowing it.
I'm glad you spoke on that because I was going to touch on it. I mean, so and it's real confusing. And when I see these posters, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, where would it? But here's the thing that's very important is that a lot of people that are pushing that narrative have nothing to do with hip hop at all. They
weren't even there.
Yeah, I mean, and they're a lot of them are like, you know, there's different organizations. They weren't even there. A lot of them down south, and I'm just saying at that time, if you down south was like being on the motherfucking moon, okay, when hip hop was like popping off. So yeah, so that's just very important too. But it's a fucked up narrative, and it's like, yo, you're not rewriting history, man. I mean, we know what it is. Like that's just crazy. Like it just give credit. I mean, it's just facts. It's not about taking. It's just like it just is what it's just history, right? Like history. I mean, so thank you, yo.
I mean, a lot of hip hop has got to grow up too. That's one thing that I see that's kind of whack. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them got to come out. You know what I'm saying? They, yo, this is why this, not that. I said, motherfucker, you don't even come to the parties that I throw. You don't come to no real hip hop shows. You're not even there and you rap. How is that possible?
Right.
How is that possible? How are you not going to be like, yo, Brand New be in town? I got you, Brand New. They icons, man. They set hip hop off or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, you go run and see Lil Uzi Vert, you know, Kodak Black. Ain't nothing wrong with them. It's for their generation. But I'm talking about pioneering.
Right.
Like, do the young generation know that the pioneers need them as well as as they need the pioneers?
Right. Perfect point. And someone just pointed out something about civil rights in the 60s, not too far apart. Yo, Martin Luther King was assassinated in 68, son. Like, we're saying, even if we look at the official date of hip hop starting, if we call it 73, that's 5 years.
It's right around the corner.
That's right there. And we both know that stuff was going on probably a little bit earlier. We have an official date. We use it, whatever, you know. But so even if you look at 73, that's 5 years, man. So Rappers Delight, what, is 79, 80 or something like that?
Yep.
That's 11 years after. And it's not a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very important point. You're actually hitting on all these bullet points, which is great for me. Yo, this is what I was going to ask you, though. And I guess you probably answered it. Have your values changed as far as hip-hop goes? Because, you know, I look around at older people, and a lot of people, some people come at me on my page for my opinion. Other people are like, yo, we like what you do. Thanks for doing it because this is what we did. I'm like, yo, I'm not reinventing the wheel. This is the stuff that I was taught. You don't bite. You write your own shit. You know, like tags, throwies, pieces. You know what I mean? Like, you don't steal somebody's name. Like, you don't take their style. Like, none of that shit. You're original. So
right.
These are all the values that I had that brought me up. And so it's like, I look around, I'm like, y'all the one changing. Like, I don't understand. Like, when I'm looking at specifically at the older heads, like, yo, how is it okay that niggas ain't writing this shit to you? Like, how is this okay that people biting or whatever, or salt selling out? So it's confusing to me as an older person. Like, so have your values changed? Like, what do you look when you look around? Are you like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Are you like, I'm gonna do me, that's their lane or whatever? Like this.
Well, I have a thin line when it comes to like doing hip hop, doing graffiti, and doing DJing. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get forced, like with DJing, you get forced in the corner when you got a room full of girls who want to do whatever, right? That makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach when I see, like I said, older dudes riding around listening to garbage. It gets me sick to my stomach when I go to the same parties and listen to the same dude play Benjamin's 500 times. Everywhere I go, I gotta hear Benjamin's, right? It's a banger. I play it too once in a while, but damn, sometimes I just want to hear something new and refreshing. Shit that make me want to go, yo, what the fuck is that? Made me pull out my fucking camera. Right now, before I would go to DJ, now I gotta Shazam it, right? I want to be at a party where everybody get loose, and somebody just open up a circle, just get loose. Young or old, it don't matter. But my values is just like, I gotta keep hip hop raw. You know what I'm saying? My beat making machine of choice is the old school EPS 16 plus or the regular EPS 12. Fucks with the Akai, but the Akai got too much shit going on. I don't need all that. All I need is a drum beat, a ill loop, a little hook. That's it. 3 to 4 elements to make a fucking dope song. If you look at all the dopest songs you ever listened to, they didn't have all them fucking crazy. They didn't have all that shit in it. You know what I'm saying? Especially not hip hop songs. They had a groove, a funk. And you know what really surprises me is that how a lot of these new producers don't even consider bass, not the 808, not the boom, boom. I'm talking about boo doo 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 doo, boo doo 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 doo. That shit in the background that make you fucking do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand too, when the new Jack Swing came out, the snares got lighter. Remember? Think about it. Listen to New Jack Swing. Teddy Riley, he turned the snare down. Tribe
good point.
had the snares up.
Damn.
Boom, boom, cat. That shit used to hit you in your ear like, oh,
right.
What's that? What's that?
Yeah, he smack.
Yeah, Birdie Fly right there. Birdie Fly's uncut.
Oh, salute.
Boy, Birdie Fly, yeah.
So your values, you got to keep it raw, man. Yo, can't believe we got to get out of here. I think we're gonna have to. Yo, I want to catch up with you in person next time. It's hard because I come up to see my grandson and then I'm out real quick. But I want to link up in person and do one of these in person. Go write or something. Do some shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can hang out, man. Come, just come hang out. If you up here for the weekend and you ain't got shit to do, man, just come see us. What's going on? Even if I ain't got nothing to do, you come out, go to the art studio, drink, smoke, whatever you want to do, man. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
You the only dude that I've seen. The only dude. You ain't on the screen with a double goose jacket on with fur on it, with some chains and shit, some bullshit ass. All that other bullshit. You got a T-shirt on, and I believe that's a yeah, I know what that is.
Who is it?
Not Run.
95, 94, Boogie Monsters.
Boogie Monsters.
Recognize thresholds of negative stress. Big up to my man Vex.
Yeah, big up the Vex.
Bummies, I could bum y'all.
Yo, listen, man.
I'm just fucking with
Yo,
you.
put like this. If you still got hip hop in your blood, right? Keep it in. Keep it there. If you older, if you in your 50s, you still got a voice to rap. Don't let nobody say that you getting too old to do what you need to do. I just made 3 records this year. I don't understand how that happened. I got 3 brand new records out there that came out this year. I still don't know how it happened. But it did. He's still asking me to make some more songs.
Do it. Keep doing it, man. Because
you know what I'm saying? Like it you know.
Because it's not something, I always say it's not sports. I mean, you should get better as an MC. You should be better when you're older because you should have more subject matter to talk about anyway. Your vocabulary should be more extensive. Everything. So you should be better. You know what I'm saying? So, but you love to do it, man. I mean, so like it's not about you came up when it didn't matter. Like we had T-shirts on. That's all. Like.
Yo. After this, I'll probably watch Wild Style and Star Wars again just to read. Let me know where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, yo, remember? This is what it was. This is what hip hop is. Look at this. Look at what these motherfuckers are doing. They're not doing this no more. They can't get that. You can't get that flavor.
Yeah.
Flipping hats.
Well, everything. I always say it. Hip hop taught me how to pose for a picture.
Here's another thing.
What
I
up?
always wanted to say this. All these beat diggers out there, record collectors, don't act like hip hop didn't school you on collecting records.
Of course.
Don't act like you finding that the Pete Rocks of the world or the Premier of the world. Don't act like hip hop didn't give you the swag that you needed. That's it.
There we go. Yes, R.I.P. Cutlass, yo. Yo, that was my spot, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cutlass, definitely.
Now I used to work at Trailblazers, son. So like that was my spot too, if you know about that shit back in the day. Fucking yo. So thank you, man. So listen, everybody, this is not the regular page that we do this on. It's we use our Carrying the Culture as the normal page. So if you like that, fuck with what we're doing, fuck with the Carrying the Culture page. This will be up on the Carrying the Culture YouTube channel. Give it a subscribe. Wednesday we got Bronze Nazareth on the show. It'll be hosted here on 5E. So I want to thank our man Dooley-O, New Haven, yo, fucking Connecticut, man. They don't know. Tell these niggas they'll come to see till they find out, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, that's the best way to find out. If you're looking for it, you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just way how, you know, my city and the rest of the other cities in Connecticut, you know, like anywhere else, you go looking for it, you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come and enjoy, you want to get out the city, you want to escape from New York, come to CT and chill out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, when I moved back, I moved out of here a few times, but it always pulled me back. But, you know, we got comfortable living out here. And also, you know, we don't get them crazy tornadoes and all this other crazy weather, you know, weather that might take you out in your bed, you know what I'm saying? Drop sinkholes and shit.
It's good. I can't wait. I'm coming back in a couple years once my daughter here graduates, so I can't wait to come back home. I miss it. You know what I'm saying? I miss the whole state. Hartford, Danbury, Waterbury.
Exactly.
Everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Stanford, Walk. I've got dotted that whole spot, man. You know what I mean? The municipal cafe, everything. What? Like, so everybody, that's the beauty of it. I always say this, like, from a dancing tip, like, whenever we had like beef with, like, in the state, we rocked out. If we saw them in New York, squash that shit. It was all love. We had to unite because niggas wasn't giving no love, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We're going to get out of here. This show is over. We got to wrap it up. Yo, thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
No, thank you, man. And I love that you don't bite your tongue for nobody, man. Yo, keep telling motherfuckers that, you know, stop falling for the bullshit, man. Because that shit's sinking in.
I appreciate you.
The followers, they love you for what you do. So yo, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep these underground hats in. And you still doing that top 10 joints of the month?
I'm trying to. It's hard. It's hard.
I know. So, you know, let everybody send the product in. I know you don't want to be over flooded with
but we're always trying to share new music though. So.
Yeah. What up, Birdie Fly? My DJ Birdie Fly right there. You know, rode me back in the day.
Right. But no, thank you, man. I appreciate you for the kind words though. We keep doing it, man, and you just keep pushing the real. That's the only thing I know. That's how I came up. So ain't nothing changed, man. I'm the same dude. Like, I'm just older. You know what I mean? Same core shit. Wifey keep a marker in the bag for me. So you know what I mean? It's like what it is. So
it's what it is. Let's go.
So Dooley-O in the building. Thank you very much. We'll get this on the YouTube. I'll tag you and all that, and we'll link up soon. Yes. How can we get those?
Right now they're in the transition. I have put them on DVDs, but you know, DVD game it still floats a little bit. But they're going to be on thumb drive, or, you know, I'm going to set up a YouTube channel and it'll be watched for free. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just take care of the rest after that, the licensing and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So probably YouTube will be up there soon. Word.
I got to get some of them shits. Man, that'll take me back in the time warp, man. Yeah, USB is a fucking move. Yeah, get that USB. And charge for them shits. At least you'll get you'll at least get something for it, man. Don't put that. Yo, I'll buy them, yo. So sell them to me. Yeah, USB. Yeah. So
all right, I go cop some USBs and use USBs through Amazon, dress them up, and we'll put the flavor on them.
Yeah, that'd be the move, man. Thanks everybody for joining us and adapting, you know what I'm saying, to the new page for a minute. So USBs, Dooley-O. We'll talk soon, brother. Thank you.
All right now.
Peace.